we got the big guns.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna do a giant Sephora haul. And I'm not proud of how much money I spent, but I am excited about it. I'm excited about all these new products. I spent like $500, which is a lot of money. But let's talk about it. I did not buy any new like base product in terms of concealer or foundation. So I'm going to pop those on really quick and I'll be right back. Boy, did I get some goodies. So I just popped on the Natasha Denona High Glam Foundation and the concealer with a little bit of Tower 28 for brightening. And I can't stop raving about these. Like, this foundation is so good. And I'm one of those people that has like way too much makeup for my own good, but I really don't have that many foundations. I'm contemplating trying Mario's new foundation, but I can't decide. If you've tried it, let me know if it's worth the pickup. But in terms of things that I picked up, I definitely picked up plenty. So let's go over a couple restocks first, because I'm not going to be using those today. Restocked on my favorite mineral sunscreen. This is the Innisfree. I love it. I know some people find that it's difficult to blend out. I really don't think that it is. You just have to give it a minute to set into your skin because it does have a green tint to it. So like if you just slather it on and like you don't give it a second, like you are going to have a green tint to your skin. So you have to give it a minute to set, but it wears beautifully under makeup. I've never had any issues with it. 10 out of 10 recommend, love. And then my other restock purchase was the Rare Beauty Brow Gel. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this in any of my recommendations videos. This is my favorite brow gel of all time. There's literally nothing else better out there. You cannot convince me there is. So yeah. Picked another one of these up. I pick one up every single sale. I do use other brow gels, but very infrequently, and also like it's the one that I always go back to. Technically, I did 3 purchases. I did an online order pickup in store because I was worried about things running out of stock or like selling out. And then I picked up a couple of things while I was in store because I couldn't help myself. And then I did an online order shipped to me for the things that they didn't have in my store. So I did a whole lot of things. And I kind of want to just like try them out with you guys. So if you don't mind, we're going to start with the eyes. I had to buy one of these Patrick Ta Major Dimensions palettes because I have had my eye on and I've had it in like my Sephora loves list for a really long time to get the Major Dimensions. I think it's 1, the all matte one. I've just never bit the bullet because it is $70. But then I was kind of thinking, and they released these 6-pan palettes, which are stunning. I got the shade Light, and Patrick Ta's packaging is next level. It's pretty much better than like any other similar products on the market. It's just so nice. You get a big giant mirror in it. And anyway, I don't have a lot of like neutral palettes in my collection, and I thought this would be so nice for travel. So let's try it out. Obviously, just take like one of these lighter shades and pop that all over the lid. I was contemplating between the light shade and the light medium one, or the medium one. I think he has light, medium, and dark, or deep, I mean. And originally I was going to go with the medium to try to give myself something with a little bit more dimension. But after talking to a few of you guys, you suggested getting the light one for my complexion, which is totally fair because I do have a fair to light skin tone. But I was worried this one wouldn't give me enough dimension. But I watched a few reviews on it, and I do think that it actually gives you a decent amount of options. Now, obviously, you're not going to get like a crazy amount of eye looks with this. You can basically get like 3 options and you're done, but that's kind of the purpose of it, right? Like it's not intended to be like this all-encompassing palette. So go into one of the deeper ones, deepen out our corner, maybe up into our crease a little. I have hooded eyes, so you'll see me go above my crease a lot to give my eyes a little bit more shape and a little bit more lid space to work with, particularly when I'm using like shimmer shades and things. Right off the bat, these are definitely creamy. They're very beautiful. There is a little bit of fallout, but that's just because they're super buttery soft. I think that's really pretty. It's just like something simple, but really stunning. Let's see. I want to go in with maybe just a little bit of this really deep brown one and kind of just deepen outside. Guys, I might be a little bit crazy because I already spent a ridiculous amount of money, but I might do one more trip during the sale. There's like a couple of things that my store didn't have, and I'm going to Minneapolis this weekend. So I kind of want to see if they have it there. Like, I'm looking at getting just one of the Hung Van Gogh eyeliners. Like, I've heard that they're incredible, and I have really watery eyes, so I'd be interested to see if those would look good and last, like, in my waterline. Plus, he has this really beautiful, like, warm chocolatey brown shade that I'm super interested in. So I might pick up that, and then, I don't know, I've heard really good things about his lipsticks as well. And then there's a dry shampoo puff by Briogeo that also looks really good. But initial impressions on this palette is that it is beautiful. I'm so happy I got it. Is this revolutionary in terms of shades and things that you could already have in your collection? No. Is this stunning? A beautiful collection of 6 neutral wearable eyeshadows that could be really good for travel? Yes. So if you're in the market for that, could be a good thing to check out. I think the quality is there. It is pricey. There are drugstore options that you could probably get something very similar with. But if you like Patrick Ta, if you like high-end makeup, then I think it's worth it. That was not the only eyeshadows I grabbed. I have been supremely influenced to pick up the Patrick Ta eyeshadow duos. And last year when they came out, I was not compelled. I was like, wow, that's expensive. And to be fair, I mean, there are similar price points in the same category on the market. So it's not like it's this like obscene, it's not Louis Vuitton, okay? We all saw them come out with like a $160 lipstick, and even Hermes was like, who? But I digress. It is a pretty penny. However, he came out with new shades. He expanded the shade range, and I picked up Slow Burn because it was stunning. I felt like the other shades weren't anything that I didn't already have in my collection in at least a similar finish. I understand that the formula of this is what makes it really special, but I had so many similar shades to the ones that he came out with originally. But then he came out with his new shades, and oh my God, they are so beautiful. This is crazy. Oh my gosh. They literally are stunning. I'm like drooling. But anyway, so I had to go ahead and pick one of these up. And then I also picked up the Urban Decay Moondust eyeshadow quad palette. So last year they came out, this is another limited edition like holiday drop, and they came out with one last year. And it is one of my most used palettes. I'm obsessed with that eyeshadow palette. I love it so much. They also came out with one this year. This year's is a little bit more pinky kind of lilac, like you can see. Same kind of Moondust formula. Also very expensive. One of these on their own goes for $24. This one comes in shades Cosmic Quartz, Solar Drip, Starry Haze, and Rock Solid. So that was said from this direction down. Something like that. Anyway, they also looked beautiful. I loved this quad last year. So I'm trying to decide if I should try both of them on the eyes or if I should only do the Patrick Ta and then just swatch. Excuse me. Just swatch the Urban Decay. And I'm kind of leaning towards that. Like maybe I'll do the Urban Decay on my eyes tomorrow. Wow. Those are so beautiful. This lilac is super interesting to me. I don't think I have anything like that. Oh my God, they're so pretty. Maybe I'll do the Patrick Ta. Maybe I'll put a little bit of that on top of it. I don't know. I think we have established at this point, though, that I'm going to go in with the Patrick Ta on my eyes. Should I use the lighter or the more burgundy? I'm really pulled towards burgundies this year. So I think maybe I'll start with that one. Do you guys see that? Just like one tiny little dip in there. And you get that stunning sparkle effect. There is a little bit of fallout, but I mean, it's literally a glitter eyeshadow. So I don't know what else you would expect. The color is everything that I wanted it to be, though. Ugh, wow. I'm definitely going to go in with the other one on top, too. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I'm in love. I might have to swatch some of the other shades to see if there's anything that I'd be interested in picking up. I don't think I need any of them. I definitely love this, though. Let me kind of clear up. I am thoroughly impressed by those. I can't lie to you. I really am. It's one of those things, though, that's like, you probably don't need every shade, right? Those are $42, $42, something like that for an eyeshadow quad. That is not cheap. I understand the formula is special. I understand they're made in Italy. I understand that it's pearl and it's all this stuff that costs a lot more money to quite literally manufacture. You still don't need all of them. But if there's one or two that's kind of catching your eye, then I think it's worth the splurge. I really do. The next thing that I picked up is this Rhode Pocket Blush in the shade Freckle. So you guys know I love these. I have purchased 2 of them so far this year because I actually didn't try them until this year, until they came to Sephora, because you had to pay for shipping. Like, it was some ridiculous amount that like shipping was free on the Rhode website. And I was like, you know what? It's not worth it. Let me just wait. Well, actually, I did buy their summer kit from the Rhode website directly. But anyway, I've had my eye on Freckle since the beginning. So the first shade that I ever picked up was Tan Line, and then I picked up Toasted Teddy because that is such a beautiful shade for the fall and winter. But I could not stop thinking, I have glitter all over my hand. I could not stop thinking about Freckle because it is this beautiful, like peachy, without being too orange kind of shade. And let me tell you, it has been a journey to discover what my undertone actually is, because for the longest time, I never really wore a lot of like foundations or skin tints. I was always like an eye makeup and lip product kind of gal, and really never understood kind of like the allure and pull towards like base products until the last few years. I've been a makeup girly through and through literally my whole life, but until the last few years, I just could never find something that really worked for me. And so I was always kind of put off of it. And so I've been on a journey, and I've done all of the like, let me check your veins. And I've asked like Chat GPT and everything else to like help me find my undertone. Which I finally figured out is neutral, leaning warm, peach, which is like explains so clearly why it was so difficult for me to find, you know, shades and things that worked for me, because not a lot of brands actually make peach undertones. I can get away with a lot of neutral products, but I really like peach is my perfect match. So like About Face has peach, Fenty Beauty has peach, Natasha Denona has peach. Those are like the top 3 I can think of off of the top of my head that have peach undertones. Otherwise, I have to like do neutral or neutral warm, which is fine. And I can work with that. And then like for my 30th birthday, my sister and my mom got my color analysis done for me. So, well, I mean, I got my color analysis done. They paid for it. But anyway, I digress. This is a really long story. All that's to say, I finally figured out what my undertone is. And undertones, like, they really help to create like a cohesive look and like what's going to look best on you when it comes to products like lips, eyes, cheeks, clothing you wear. Like, if you want to know my season, I'm in autumn, technically called like a blue leaf autumn or a deep autumn, if you're familiar with any of that. So I saw Freckle, and I literally fell in love with it, and I knew I had to have it. Some people suggested not to pick it up because it was, you know, really similar to Tan Line. I swatched them next to each other. I don't think they're that similar. I don't think they're dissimilar either though, but I had to have it, and Rhode literally never goes on sale. So I picked it up during the sale. I also got the new Huda Beauty blush filter palette. I saw these and it was like an immediate add to cart. There's very few products that I will not at least wait to see 1 or 2 reviews on before I decide to pick it up, even if it's like really compelling to me. I love makeup, I collect makeup, but I spend my hard-earned money on it, and I want to make sure that I'm going to like the product, or at least that it's a good product before. And since, you know, I don't get paid for this, I just was like, you know what? I added this one to cart so damn fast. Like, you wouldn't even believe. I was pulled towards it. I had to have it. You'll see a theme here. I went a little crazy on the blush products. I have a problem. I also picked up the Sephora Colorful Blush Sunrise Glazed Finish. It's made in China, which I find fascinating. Not a lot of beauty products are made in China. Like, American-owned beauty products are made in China. I swatched these in store months ago, and I was like, oh my gosh, those are so beautiful. Somebody said they were a little bit patchy, but because it was 30% off, I was like, you know what? It's probably worth just buying and trying it myself. So I just thought, like, as a blush topper, that would be beautiful. It's this like peachy, shimmery, colorful shade. I don't know. I just thought it looked beautiful. Buckle up, because I still have 2 blush products left. I also picked up the Glossier Cloud Paint Plush Blush Seamless Cheek Color in the shade Gale. I've seen nothing but amazing things about this, and this is the shade that like keeps selling out, because I think it's finally, for us like fair to light girls, like I think somebody finally came out with like the perfect nude blush shade. So picked it up, and I'm so excited to try it. I've literally, like I said, just heard nothing but such incredible things about it. It's such a fascinating kind of formula too. Like, it's a cream, but it's a powder, but it's like not. I don't know. It's like a hybrid, and it just, I don't know. It's so pretty. Oh my gosh, I love it. Last blush product that I picked up is the Rare Beauty Soft Pinch Liquid Blush in the shade Grateful. The reason I picked this one up is because I have no red blushes, and I just mentioned that I'm like a warm undertone, and this is definitely leaning more towards like a cool undertone. The nice thing about being a neutral warm undertone though is that I can get away with some cool tones, particularly like if they're like jewel tone shades, I can get away with some of that. But I, this winter, really want to kind of create some looks with that perfectly like flush, just came out from the cold kind of cheek color. And the best way to do that really is with a true red blush. So I picked this up because I just thought it would be beautiful to try to do that. I know for a fact I'm not going to try this one today. I'm struggling a little bit because I want to try the Rhode. I definitely want to try the Huda Beauty, but I also want to try the Glossier. But I think I might do the Glossier tomorrow, and I think I might do plain Huda on one side and then Rhode on the other and top it with Huda. I think maybe that's what I'll do. That actually like is my dream color right there. Oh my god, that is so pretty. I'm so happy I picked this up. I'm not even joking. That is stunning. You guys, my skin has been so unhappy with me, and then I've been stressed, so I've been picking, which is just, it's a disaster, you know? I have an appointment with an esthetician in December to try to see if maybe they can help me figure out why in the last just like year and a half of my life I've started becoming acne prone. I'd love to try and figure that out. So pretty. I love that shade. Oh my god, I'm obsessed. That formula, oh my god, that formula is incredible. It is so good. I don't care what anybody says. Let's go in with the Huda Beauty. Like I said, this is in Toasty Peach. So again, I got kind of the peachy one. They came out with 3 shades. They definitely could have gone like a shade deeper as well, I think, for our melanated kings and queens. But this one just looked so beautiful. I love that you get 3 like matte or satin. Which one? What are these? Okay, which shade do we think I should go in? This one's the most intimidating. This one actually kind of reminds me a little bit of the Glossier shade. And this one's a little bit more pink. I don't know. Maybe let's go in with this kind of like toasty bronzy shade. I don't like that brush. We're going to switch brushes. I like that it's pigmented without being too pigmented. Like you can build it up for sure. Like that's 2 swipes right there, which really is pretty. And honestly, it looks a lot like Freckle on this side, which makes me want to just kind of go in and set that one. I actually do feel like it's blurring as well. Like I do think that is giving me a soft focus finish, just like it claims. That really is pretty. I'm really excited to try the other shades. That is so beautiful. I'm gonna set with loose powder and then bronze, and then we'll do the blush topper, I think. This is a product that I've had on my wish list for years. This is the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Blurring Under Eye Powder. And I finally bit the bullet and said, you know what? I'm gonna get it this year. So I got this one. I think I got it in the shade, the light pink shade. Yeah, shade Baby Pink. So it's supposed to be blurring and brightening, I guess. How do you open this packaging? Okay. The packaging, honestly, for Pat McGrath seems a little bit cheap, but it does look beautiful, and I've heard nothing but like amazing things about this. Oh, it is powdery. What do we think? Did it blur? I do actually think it blurred. I definitely see less shininess, less pores in this area. That's with a brush. Let's see what it looks like with a puff. I definitely think that it gave a little bit of brightness, not like the most brightening powder I've ever used, but it is really beautiful. I like how lightweight that feels. It doesn't feel cakey at all. It did not add to like any of my creases because your girl is 30. She's got some under eye creases. I don't think that that made it any worse. Rest of the face, I'm going to go in just with my Makeup by Mario. This stuff is incredible. I will sing its praises till the day I die, I think. To be completely honest, one of the reasons I love Mario's powder is that as a dry skin girl, it is so lightweight. It definitely still does a really good job of blurring, but it doesn't dry me out. I love Huda Beauty, and for like a really big event or whatever, like she is the girl, right? Like she is the girl. But for just every day and everything else, Makeup by Mario is where it's at for us dry skin girls. We'll die. We'll die on that hill. Per your guys' recommendations, I picked up the Makeup by Mario Blurring Bronzer. This one is in the shade light medium. I went in store and I swatched both light and light medium, and I love that the shade light exists because I think like the uber fair girlies is like an often missed market for bronzers because there's just most things just pull super orange on us light skin girls, but these ones actually looked pretty neutral. Again, very finely milled, finely pressed. Yeah, this is like the perfect shade for me to just get a little bit of warmth without looking orange. I do actually think that it's giving me a little bit of blur as well. Obviously, this is like my first time trying any of these, so this is all just first impressions, but if I really like something, you guys will see it on my channel over and over and over again, as proven by the Rhode blush and the Mario powder and the Natasha Denona, and I don't know. I just like when you find something you like just like stick to it. I don't know, it's good. Okay, so far, really like that. I did also pick up one of the Sephora Favorites kits. This is really the only one that truly interests me this year. You get some really, really good products. It was $54. It has a claimed value of $158. On my series Unpacking the Value, I did go through this one. The real value of this one is a little bit lower, but it's still well over $54. Totally worth it. And I really, really wanted to try both the Kulfi lip oil and the House Labs mascara. And I love this Merit formula of their lip oil as well. And I've also really wanted to try the Kosas Dream Beam. So I was like, you know what? That is the one for me. The only product in here that I'm not interested really in is the Milk Hydro Grip. But for me, the benefits and all of the products that I did want to try in this kit far outweighed just this one small mini that I didn't want to try. And honestly, it's not even because it's a bad product. I don't think that it's a bad product, but it's just not my favorite personally. I love these cutesy little bags that they come in. Products just are displayed inside. Tower 28 SOS spray, House Labs full size mascara, Kulfi Lassie lips staining lip oil. This one's in the shade Rose. Kosas Dream Beam Mini. This one is one that I hadn't really heard of. Luna or Daily Luna or Luna Daily, I'm not sure. The Everywhere Spray to Wipe. This one is for multi-use on the go, post-gym, underarms, or on your period. pH Perfect Instant Cleansing Body Spray for all skin, even intimate. Okay, good to know. Nice. Well, I'm excited to try that out. Again, little mini Milk Hydro Grip, which by the way is one of the highest markups for like mini and full size products that you will ever see. It's crazy. It's crazy. Don't buy them any of that. Merit Lip Oil, as we talked about, such a pretty shade. Ilia, this one is just their lip crayon, I think. Yeah, in the shade Genre. And then last one is this teensy tiny little Glow Recipe Watermelon Niacinamide Dewy Flush. This is like their hydrating blush, I believe. So anyway, I opened this kit with you guys because I really want to try the House Labs in it right now. So that's what we're going to use for mascara today. I'm kind of going all over the place with my makeup right now, but whatever. I'm just way too excited. I've literally been waiting for like almost a week to be able to film this video because I work full time. And so I have to batch film content and I have to like try to find time throughout the week and on the weekends and everything to film and edit. And it is no joke, but it's a lot of fun. I have so much fun doing this. I feel like I love getting to share my passion with people. And yeah, so if you're here watching this, thank you so much. I'm so glad you're here. This is what the mascara wand looks like. Pretty standard kind of bristles. I've heard really, really good things about this though. I've been wanting to try it, but it is a pretty penny. So the fact that I can get it in a kit with a bunch of other products that I'm interested in, love that. The formula is a little bit more on the wet side. I also will be the first to admit I don't have a ton as far as like lashes go. My lashes aren't like puny, but they're also not amazing. So I have to do a little bit of work. Also used to use the Grande Lash Serum and I really like that. It really does make your lashes like longer and fuller. But after reading about some of the like ingredients that are used in it and the side effects that can happen after it and like reading about some people who actually did experience those side effects, I decided to only use lash serums that are more natural. But Grande Lash actually came out with a like sensitive eyes version of that. So I was kind of interested in maybe picking that up during Ulta's sale this year. In my opinion, Ulta has a better reward system than Sephora does, but sometimes you can only buy brands like at Sephora, right? And so that's kind of what I try to do is like brands that I can get at both Ulta and Sephora. Unless I'm already at Sephora for something else, I will typically try to get at Ulta. But all of these brands you can only get at Sephora. So let's see. Let's do a little bit of the Patrick Ta under the eyes. Initial thoughts on the mascara. It's really pretty. It's like the longest. I don't think this is like the most amazing my lashes have ever looked, but I also don't hate it. I don't know if it's worth the like nearly $30 that it is, but I also don't dislike it. Might be one of those that like if you can get it on a sale, I would do it then, but I probably wouldn't pay full price for it. I know that there's a lot of people who prefer drugstore mascaras, which I totally get and I totally respect. For me personally though, I only shop cruelty-free brands, and a lot of drugstore like brands that have the best mascaras aren't cruelty-free. So I do typically rely on like high-end mascaras. That's pretty though. I do like it. I do like it. I would probably give it like a 7 out of 10. I feel like that's pretty good. Moving on, let's do a little bit of that blush lighter from this palette on my cheeks as well. It's so pretty. It has like this little golden shift to it. Oh wait, that's stunning. It is like a glittery formula, so it may emphasize a little bit of texture, but like that's to be expected with things like this. I would say it's not overly texturizing my skin. That's actually so beautiful. Oh my gosh. This is like the best purchase I think I made of my entire haul. They're apparently limited edition as well, which I don't know. Huda Beauty might be like just testing the waters to see. Maybe she'll even come out with more shades if they do really well. So I don't know. We'll see. One of the other things that I got that I'm not going to use today is the Mini Diamond Bomb by Fenty. So this is a product that I have literally had on my radar for years. I mean, we're talking literal years at this point, but I was like, am I really going to spend like $42 on a product that like I'm probably not going to use as a highlighter, and I'm probably only going to use as like an accent, like on my eyes, on my lips, like during the holidays, things like that. So I decided it would be like unwise to purchase it for that. But they came out with a mini. So this was like $21, I think. They even have, I don't know if they have other shades of it yet, but I am so excited about it. It's stunning. It really is. But like, I'm not putting that on my cheeks as a highlighter. You know what I mean? But like, it is so beautiful. I'm so excited that they made a mini of it. Picked up the One Size Boucle Silk Cellulose Airbrush Powder. And I got mine in, what shade did I get it in? Fair. And I decided to pick this up because I have seen mixed reviews on it, but I have seen people giving reviews on it as if it was a setting powder. This is not a setting powder. This is a finishing powder. That is the intent of this product. So if you're using it as a setting powder and you're reviewing it as a setting powder and you're saying that it's not that good because it doesn't do that much to set your makeup, it's not intended to set your makeup, right? The intent of a finishing powder versus a setting powder is to blur and kind of give like a seamless veil all over the skin and just kind of tie all of your makeup products together. So really, this is like one of those products that the intent behind it is to just take it and very finely milled and just kind of give it a light dusting across your skin. This isn't supposed to be used under the eyes. Like that's not the intent of it. It really is just supposed to go on and kind of like marry all of your products together. And again, this is my first impression, but I can see a difference. I can see a difference from when I put this on versus when I didn't. And the fact that it actually does kind of give an additional blur to just marry everything together, and like it looks really beautiful. I really think it is. I'm so glad that I picked up this product. And if you're seeing negative reviews on it, make sure that you're asking yourself whether they're reviewing it as a setting powder or as a finishing powder. Because as a finishing powder, this is a stunning product. Do not fret, we are nearing the end of this ridiculous haul. Lastly on our list is a few lip products. So I picked up, this is crazy, I picked up 3 different lip liners, and sometimes I laugh at myself because I'm just like, I get hyper fixated on like one type of product or style of product, and then I just go crazy on it. Anyway, my 2 most purchased products probably are lip liners, lip glosses, and blushes. So I digress. I'm embarrassed. Okay, anyway. So I picked up the Pat McGrath Legendary Longwear Lip Liner. I got this one in the shade excuse me. I got this one in the shade Nude Venus. I have heard such good things about the longevity of this lip liner. And I don't think that all lip liners need to be like this crazy long wear, whatever. But I do find that in my personal collection, I have a lot more lip liners that like aren't long wear. And so I wanted to pick up a couple of formulas that were supposedly longer lasting. Oh, did you know Makeup by Mario's lip liners come with a pencil sharpener? Wait, that's so fun. And then it's got the little brush on the end. I love that it's got the brush on the end. This one I picked up in the shade Burnt Sienna. This is Makeup by Mario is probably one of my favorite makeup brands of all time. And oops, I pretty much got the same shade. So not only did I get 3 lip liners, but I got them in the same shade. Obviously the Burnt Sienna is a little bit darker, a little bit more brown. The Nude Venus is a little bit more nude and a little bit more orange, honestly, but they both look so beautiful. And I only had one of these before, and it was a mini that I got in my birthday gift from Sephora this year. So I definitely wanted to pick up more to try. So I'm really excited about that. And then I also picked up the Rhode Peptide lip shapes. This one's not really a lip liner. It's not marketed to be a lip liner, but I asked all of you because I've seen so many reviews saying that this is like not worth it, but then I've seen so many reviews saying it is worth it. So I thought, you know what? Let me just pick up one to try. And a lot of people said they like it for just like if you're running out of the house and you just want to throw something on really quick. So I thought, you know what? Let's give it a go. So I picked up the shade Twist, which is probably like the most popular. It's this brown one here. This one's not going to set down, obviously. It's not intended to. A lot of people, well, not a lot of people, but I've seen some reviews say that they look like muddy around the lips, but then I've also seen some people say that they don't. So truthfully, I don't know. I'm going to give it a go. I'll let you know if I like it or not. So here's the Makeup by Mario. Here's the Pat McGrath. Pat McGrath is literally not going anywhere. Makeup by Mario smudges. Definitely does. It does leave a little bit left, but it's not like the most long-lasting lip liner. And then the last product that I picked up in the lips category is this the Super Shine Lip Gloss Duo from Makeup by Mario. I love this formula. I don't love the packaging, but this little set was, I think, $35, which is a really good set, a really good deal for the set. So I got the shade Rose Glaze, and then I got the shade Rose Gold, and I was so drawn in by this one. That I own is Rose Water, and so Rose Glaze is definitely a little bit darker than Rose Water, and I was like kind of wondering if maybe they were going to be the same. I'm not necessarily sure that they're all that different on the lips because they are a more sheer formula. Rose Water is definitely more of like a clear, but I think this one may have a little bit more pigment. Yeah, it definitely has a little bit more pigment, the one that you get in the kit. That is so beautiful. I love this formula. I really do. I wish the doe foot applicator was a little bit larger, but I still think it's beautiful. I think what I'm going to do is go in with Pat McGrath Nude Venus. So creamy. I love a product like this that goes on so creamy but then sets down. Okay, we are lined. Not actually sure that this will go. Let's try it just for the sake of getting to try more things in this video. Oh, they smell so good. It's like a very light vanilla scent because I'm actually not like a gourmand fragrance girly. Like people that want to smell like cupcakes, I love that for you. That is not me. I'm like a fruity scent, but when it comes to lip products and stuff, I actually do really like it. I love that formula. It's glossy, it's lightweight, it's not sticky. I just think it's so beautiful, but I do want to go over the top a little bit with the rose gold shade. I think this one might be limited edition, honestly. I could also, oh no, they're both limited edition. Okay. I was like, maybe I'm making that up. No, they're both limited edition. So that's pretty. It's not the most glittery, but honestly, like I don't necessarily want my lips to look like a disco ball. You can see here, there's just a little bit of that shimmer in there, but okay. You know what? I actually think that we really pulled it together here. This is such a good haul. I am so excited about these products. Oh, you know what else I got was randomly in my online order, I was sent this Power Cleanse Duo by Dermalogica. And I did not order this. So I don't know if they sent me it just because I spent so much money in one day or what, but yeah, it came with this like daily microfoliant, brightening rice-based powder exfoliant and pre-cleanse, which I don't know. I'm not huge on like experimenting with my skincare because like kind of as I mentioned earlier, I'm having a lot of skin issues. So I'm trying really hard to just like narrow it down and kind of figure out why. But that was was a fun little addition for sure. And that is everything that I picked up in my Sephora haul. It was a lot of money. Like, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm not going to try to pretend that like I didn't spend a bunch of money. I'm very fortunate to have been able to purchase all of this. I love makeup. Makeup is a hobby for me. It is a creative outlet. It is something that I really, really value for so many reasons, which is one of the reasons that I have so much makeup. That being said, all of this is just an opportunity for me to share things that I love with all of you guys. If you see something that you like and you're interested in it, and my reviews or whatever maybe help you decide one way or the other if it's worth your money, I love that. I don't want to sit here and pretend that you need all of these products, because you don't. I didn't need all of them either, but they bring me great joy. I'm so grateful for them. I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful for the ability to share all of this with you. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this video. If you guys like more videos like this, please don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. I'd love to see you guys again in my next one. And if you want to give me a big thumbs up, that really helps me out. And I'll see you guys later.